Welcome back, everybody. All right, so today we're going to go over a couple things that I think a lot of people forget. I've been riding motorcycles for 27 years, and I took basically about a 7-year break from it. And there's a lot of things you knew when you used to ride, or things that, hey, if you're just starting out riding, things you should remember and start doing. And basically, it's like practice. So I bought the bike. I noticed, hey, it was a little feeling funny, and I just thought, hey, what are things that, I can make sure the bike's right. Well, one of them was checking the tire pressures. My bike was off 10 pounds, 12 pounds of air. It was 22 and it was supposed to be 37, so when I was taking corners, I was like, hey, it doesn't feel right. It feels real sloppy. So I went over my checklist of, hey, check things. The first thing was, honestly, the tire pressures, and that's what it was. So I had them pumped up, and boom, night and day motorcycle. So if you're gonna buy a new motorcycle or used motorcycle, before you leave the dealership or wherever, check your tire pressure, or have them check your tire pressure to make sure they're the right pressure. Now, going on to basically fundamentals, if you want to call, of motorcycle riding, is basically everything at slow speeds. What I mean by slow speeds is everything under like 15 miles an hour. Basically, anything over 15 miles an hour, the bike is doing so much of the work. So it's just basically, the bike's doing all the work, it doesn't need you. Anything really under 15 miles an hour, that's where your skill level comes in. And so I just want to show you guys, hey, a couple easy things that you guys can do at home. Hell, I'm in my own cul-de-sac here, or you can go to a quiet parking lot. You see all these cones all over the place here. Yesterday, I went to Hobby Lobby and Target, and I got me some cones. They were 50% off. They were $8, so I paid $4 a pop for them. For all these cones right here, with these four big cones that you got here, were at Target. The other small ones were at Hobby Lobby. So I paid, I think, $12 for everything here. So $12 is nothing. That's a tank of gas now. So let's go over. Now, I did just wake up 35 minutes ago, so the bike isn't even warmed up, not me. Now, this is a cold run. This is as cold as you get. The bike's cold, I'm cold, so this is as bad as I'm going to be today, or wherever you're going to do it. It's going to take you probably about, I'm going to say, 10, maybe 15 minutes to kind of get warmed up to doing this stuff, but it's really good exercises, and it teaches you, like, basically controlling your bike at low speeds, and that's what you want. I think that's why a lot of people drop their motorcycles, is because they don't understand where to put their body and stuff like that. So let's go over and take a couple quick little things here. So as you see my little course here, I'm just going to run through it real quick, and then I'll come back and talk to you. Do a couple circle figure eights, and I want to show you at low speed, we're going to push the bike down and keep it up. So at the pretty high speed, you turn body and keep the bike up because you want that contact path. At low speed, you push the bike down to keep your body up. Okay? So if you notice it, I've been dragging my rear brake because as long as I have power going to my rear tire, my bike's going to stay upright. If I let go of it and do it, it's going to drop. So when I'm going to do my U-turns next. When it comes to make my corner, I'm going to have no power. I'm going to cut the clutch so I have no power, so the bike's going to drop. And then I let go of the clutch and give myself power to go out. All right. So when you're doing all these drills, you want to have, basically your throttle point so your engine's ready, so you always have power. So when you let go of the clutch, it's going to go, and that's going to keep your bike upright. You don't want to drop your feet, okay? You're not going to drop the bike if it has power. That's why you don't run it with just idle things. You always have power to it, okay? Okay, so it's about 17 feet. My foot might be a little less, a little more. And so I put the green cone there because when I come in, if I'm going to the left, I'm going to swoop to the left, swoop to the right, and swoop to the left and make my corner. Okay, because you want that flow, you want that, okay? The same thing when I come from the right. I'm going to swoop to the right, swoop to the left, swoop to the right, and come back out. Alright? So that's what we're going to do here. And if I'm good, I'll make it. Remember, you don't want to drop your feet. And that's why you keep your idle high. Doesn't matter how high, your clutch is going to do all the work for you. And so, you're going to do that when you're going through. So as long as you give it clutch, you'll power up and you won't fall down. It's only cones, so it's okay if you run through it. $4 cones versus a $9,000 bike. You can afford the cone again. What I'm doing is I'm going in too fast. Okay, like I said, I've only been doing this for about 4 minutes. So I'm going to slow it down, okay? It's not a race. It's slow, slow, slow. So let me do it again. I almost fell down, so what is it, my second or third time doing it? And I almost fell down, but I just gassed it out. Well, not gassed it out, I clutched it out, okay? And that's it. As long as you give it clutch, you're going to power out of it, you won't fall down. It's a really hard thing to trust in yourself, and that's why we practice. Like I told you in one of my other videos, the left side the left side is always the easier side to turn. It's just, even if you're a righty, I'm a righty, but the left side always is more comfortable to turn, so the right side is what you really want to work on. Now, I got lucky, but I did do a lot of little mistakes. I didn't have the throttle high enough, so because it's 7:30 in the morning, I don't want to wake the neighbors up. But I didn't have the throttle up, so basically that's why my problem was that, and that is it. And when I was turning through making the bottom part of the U-turn, I still had some of the clutch grabbing. I don't want that. I want that clutch in so I have no power, so the bike will drop. Okay, and then you want to throttle out. When you want the bike to drop, you have to put your clutch in. All right, so as mentioned earlier, it's just really good to stay up on your skills of riding a motorcycle in low speed and high speed. Everyone goes at high speeds, you know, so it's kind of easy, but just remember, a lot of accidents do happen, you know, dropping your motorcycle at low speeds. So where a really good YouTube guy to watch is Robert Simmons. He's a retired motorcycle police officer. He did it for like 15 years. So that's the guy where I kind of really got the inspiration to say, hey, you know, I'm gonna go do this again and watch and see what am I doing wrong on the motorcycle. It wasn't like I was doing wrong. It was just when I was riding, it just felt like I was missing things. You know, like you'll understand when you're riding it and you haven't been off a bike. And even if you ride all the time, it's really, stuff is really good to do, and it's a lot of fun. So like I said, go check them out, and if you do, just say, hey, E-Boss sent me. You don't know me, you know, but anyway, that'd be kind of cool. And then big thing, okay, I always wear my helmet and my gloves. If I drop it, if I hit my palm, I'm not going to cut my hands up. I'd rather, you know, put a little, you know, personality on the gloves than on my hands. And so also the reason why I wear my helmet is two reasons. One, you get used to the weight of the helmet moving your body at low speed because you're going to ride, well, most people ride with your helmet on. And then when I was younger, like day 3 of owning my motorcycle, I was working on a burnout, and I was doing a burnout and I hit a patch of like just dirt. It was no bigger than this big of the tire, and it spun it and it whipped me. It just whipped me, and I hit my head and it cracked the helmet. So basically, I don't know if I'd be here if I wasn't wearing a helmet. So it doesn't matter if you're doing 3 miles an hour or 80 miles an hour, always wear your helmet. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.